Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this last football edition of Prep Talk here at Jackson Prep. I think it's gone real well in the studio this year. We've missed being out on location, missed a lot of interaction with the parents, but it's been good because it's allowed the students at JPTV to come in and do some pieces, some great pieces that you're going to see today, a day in the life of a Jackson Prep Pacer, and then what's it like getting ready for a football game, the coaching staff and the players themselves and what goes into all of that. And then, of course, being in a championship game is going to bring back memories. This is the game that everybody plays for. I mean, this is the one you get the ring for. This is the one you sit down and tell your grandchildren years from now, I was in that game. And we've got folks around that were in that game a couple, 3 years ago. And so we haven't been back in 2 years. As you know, Hartfield knocked us off last year and JA did the year before. So it's nice to be back in the championship game. It is on Saturday. Want to make sure that everybody understands that, because we've played every Friday night this year. But this game will be at Mississippi College on Saturday night. The game will not be aired on video on jacksonprep.live, but it will be there on audio. So if you want to listen to us do the game, you're going to want to go to your normal spot, but understand there will be no video picture due to the fact that we don't have the rights to this ball game. We do have the rights, though, to Prep Talk, and we're so glad that you are joining us tonight on whatever device that you're watching or listening on. This is championship week. This is the week for revenge, if you will, as they beat us over there at their place earlier this year. Keep in mind, we were penalized 179 yards in that game. It's hard to win any game, even against bad teams, if you have almost 180-yard penalties. Hopefully we won't have that tonight, and hopefully it'll be what we know it can be, and that's a championship here at Jackson Prep. We'll take a time out, and we'll start the show in just a moment.
There are all kinds of letters we need to remember, like ABC, ESPN. But here are some letters you need to remember as well. GAF. That is the best roofing products on the market today, and that's why David Wilbanks and Elite Roofing use GAF. When you deal with Elite Roofing, you know you're receiving the best product, best installation, and best warranty in the market. Call Elite Roofing at 601-856-9426. So when it comes to your roof, you are the letters
Southern Ag Credit has been financing life outside the city limits for over a century. Whether it's helping families own land they can grow with, or farmers manage the land they grow on, Southern Ag Credit specializes in financing life outdoors. Let us finance your rural dream. Visit us online at southernagcredit.com.
Jennifer Mooneyham and the staff at For the Family Healthcare provide personalized healthcare for all ages in a comfortable environment. With a new address at 112 Lake Vista Place in Brandon near Community Place Retirement Home. It is convenient to residents in both Madison and Rankin counties. Health services include anything from wellness checks to the treatment of acute and chronic illnesses. Visit For the Family Healthcare for all of your healthcare needs. For the Family Healthcare, 112 Lake Vista Place, Brandon, Mississippi.
The Rogue includes an in-store support of clothing, sportswear, and furnishings. They also provide made-to-measure services for suits, sport coats, pants, and shirting. They have 3 in-house tailors to provide any alterations suitable for your clothing needs.
The Rogue has been dressing men and families in Jackson for over 50 years. Owned by a prep graduate, the Rogue supports Jackson Prep. Come by today and see the latest trends.
Located at 4450 I-55 North Jackson, or visit our website at therogue.com.
Welcome back to Prep Talk, and joining me now is Xander Romano, who is on the football field right now. Be on the baseball field this spring, but put your football hat on and let's talk a little bit. Gosh, it's hard to believe we're right here at the last game of the season. Xander, there were so many questions coming into this year. We knew the quarterback play would be pretty solid. Mm-hmm. We knew Lake would be solid and Owen would be solid. What we didn't know is that we were going to lose Lake, and that did that kind of change up the offense at that point?
No, it hasn't necessarily changed up our scheme. We're still wanting to be physical with our guys up front and run the football to ease some pressure with some of the talent that we have at the receiver position. If we can run the football well, get those safeties down, create better matchups for our guys playing outside, it really puts us in a good position to be successful. And the other thing that Issue really adds is he's really good at the screen game as well. So running back screens with him has been something that we've been able to use a lot more with his his kind of niftiness back there.
Yeah. Well, let's go back before we talk about the game coming up, and it's a big one. It's the championship game, but in order to get there, we had to play a Hartfield team that was bound and determined to knock us off for the second year in a row, go to the championship game. And I thought from the get-go, when they kicked the football off, I said, there's going to be some head busting going on out there. And there was. I mean, there was some hard licks being laid.
Yeah, that was a very physical game across the board. Our defense, they fly to the football, they pursuit fantastically, and just find ball, kill ball was kind of their mentality all night. We've relied on our defense like last week. Our offense, just couldn't seem to find the points. We were driving well, had some good yardage throughout the game, but just came up short. Once we got into that critical area in the red zone, that's something we'll have to be successful with this upcoming weekend to do well. But our defense plays like that, it's going to be it makes our job a lot easier.
What causes a difference in a ball game when you win a game 28-19, left a couple touchdowns out there that night on the field, and then you come up with the second game and it's a defensive slugfest, you win by 3. What causes it to be different?
Well, a football game is a football game. You could say that, that the playoffs add a certain level of mystique to it. You have some guys that have some experience, some guys that don't have experience playing in that type. Maybe a little bit of looking ahead, knowing the matchup on the other side of the bracket. It's our job as coaches to kind of get that settled down throughout the bye week and then the practice week 4. But when you have film on that opponent, they did some things defensively, made some small changes on the back end of where they put 23 around with our 2 tight end set.
Yes.
But I just you're relying on 16, 17, 18-year-old kids. You could scheme all you want, try to put your guys in good positions, but it's overall their responsibility to get the job done.
Maybe they had a bad test that day or something.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, and so it's kind of the beauty of high school sports. With that, they're dealing with a lot of things outside of the sport of football that can kind of creep into their mind for that, and it was an outcome that as long as we're practicing this week and playing for state championship, however we got to that point,
30 points is as good as 30 at that point.
We can win by 1 and go to overtime. Who cares? As long as we're playing next week, that was the only job that we really had.
Well, their quarterback Maxwell transferred in from Oxford, and I thought did a really good job of running that team. And Jesselowski, they moved him around during the season, but wound up using him as a running back. And you could tell he was taking some licks. I mean, when he went down, he just didn't get those long bursts.
Yeah, well, we did a good job of keeping him from getting those legs turning. Times at film, he kind of looks like a Secretariat out there, and it's. I mean, you just don't want to be in the path of that, especially once he gets through our first level and then running into the secondary. That's not a good matchup for us just physically for that. There was talks about him being a little hampered by an injury, and I wouldn't say he was 100%, but he for sure played with a lot of guts out there and still ran the ball hard. But when you're as swarmed as our defense was and as physical as they were, it makes the guy think. And if we can get that guy to think and maybe just be a half step slower off the jump, we feel pretty good about it.
Over the season, it seems like the heart and soul of that defense is Duncan Matthews, and it showed up again on Friday night. And to get that tag of heart and soul means you're in or around every play that's played, and he was.
Oh yeah, shoot! If we had 11 Duncan Matthews, that'd be great. just plays with every inch and ounce of body weight he has, and communicates great, at that position, where they got to line up formations and the strengths and all that. It's important for us as a defense, and he loves his teammates, loves the sport, but just loves to compete. That's the simplest thing. When he's in a position to compete, that's where he thrives, no matter, if it's out in football or out of baseball or anything. And just a great leader for a football team, and an impact player.
We're going to have to keep him from tackling on baseball.
Yeah,
I can tell that right now. Well, and then it came down, as games like this do, to both teams really having a shot with only a 3-point difference. And then Murley comes out of nowhere and picks off a ball that I don't think Maxwell ever saw him.
Yeah, so, they kind of went to the well too many times on that. They're a team that wants to throw down the field. Maybe not as much as the opponent this week with MRA, with just the straight go balls that they'll throw up there. But they like to check the middle of the field with post and put, our safeties in a bad spot. But Murley read the eyes really well and was able to recover off another route and come underneath it for a huge pick for us. And when we dropped that play on 4th down, it was kind of shocked. 9 out of 10 times, or 10 out of 10 times, you think Upton's going to make that catch.
Yes.
And it hit him kind of just square in the numbers. And when something in a close game happens like that, and you miss your opportunity, it typically is a bad result for your team. You're just, maybe it's not our night, and they'll go down and score. They get the long scramble play for a 1st down on 3rd and forever, and fortunately we had a guy back there make a play for his team, and that was awesome.
I know from a sportscaster standpoint, I start calling the catch before Upton ever gets it, because he never drops one that I've seen one. But he does so many things, and he does so many things well. I think he is, if he's not the most valuable in the league, it doesn't take long to call his name till you get there.
Yeah, no, Upton just the thing that he does for us is, he's in pretty much every special teams as a returner. He's our long snapper. He's the guy in the passing game that teams have to scheme for. We've run the ball with them, and we've had to move some guys around on our offense with different personnel, and he's kind of a partial receivers coach for me, and is able to help those guys on the field, relearn positions, and he's a great just special kid that has a lot of talent, and kind of like Duncan, just a huge focal point for our offensive side of the ball, where he plays well, we're usually in a good spot. When Duncan plays well, we're usually in a good spot. So he'll bounce back. Yeah, he'll bounce back. I had a good laugh with him kind of after the game, and he was kind of still shocked as well. He just and after watching tape, he probably could have scored on the play too.
Oh yeah,
because,
we
had the corner ran off with the go ball. So just that's what it is.
Quick question: are we a different football team than the one that MRA saw earlier this year?
Yeah, I think offensively we've kind of found our knack. This was the last game that we had McCraney inside at our tight end position, and then we moved him outside, adding 18 to line up with Puckett at our wide position. So there's some personnel changes that we made offensively. We've been able to incorporate more and more of our offense, and then just having more film on our guys, being able to tell what we do well and what we don't do well. It helps us, scheme throughout the week. And then defensively as well, man, we just keep getting better and better and better every week. And just that side of the ball is playing with a lot of confidence, a lot of the physicality, and is going to show up again Saturday night to put us in a good spot against a very talented offense over there at MRA.
Boy, you're not kidding.
Yeah.
This is the game that you run the stadium steps for. You lift all the weights. You do all the running. You come out here in July. It's 150 degrees. This is the game that you do all that for. And it's obviously the marquee game of the weekend. It is a Saturday game. Does that throw anything out of kilter?
No, we just get an extra day to prepare. It'll similar to what we did during the bye week. I mean, we took the Friday off during the bye week, but for this, it just moves everything back a day, but we'll get an extra day of our team practice, our Wednesday practice. Just an opportunity to learn and do a little more.
I guess the next time we'll talk to you, you'll be out on the baseball field.
Yep.
Xander Romano here with us, getting us ready for the game, which is at Mississippi College this Saturday. I said Saturday now. Don't show up on Friday. It's a Saturday game, 6 o'clock kickoff. According to the weather, you might want to bring a blanket or something because it's going to be a little chilly at kickoff time and even colder than that after the game gets going. So it is going to be Jackson Prep and MRA for the state championship this Saturday at Mississippi College. There's nothing like being there. So come on out and watch the Patriots try to win another state championship. We'll be back.
Part of the enjoyment for me is interacting with patients.
I feel like we form a close bond with the patient as they're going through their ailment, their surgery, and their recovery.
As well as the new building, we now have our own physical therapy and our own surgery center.
I think sometimes you take for granted how vulnerable patients are. Enormous amount of trust they're putting in us to do the right thing.
You want the people you're operating on to trust you, you want to become friends with them, and you want them to have a good outcome.
Here at Capital Ortho, we look forward to seeing you and treating you.
Since 1968, Ewing & Ray has been leading the way as the area's premier foundation repair company. With our state-of-the-art equipment, licensed professional engineers, and certified technicians, we are able to ensure the right solution with the best warranty in the business. Whether you have drainage problems, need foundation repair, or need a specialized foundation system installed, for over 50 years, Ewing & Ray is a trusted source to ensure your home or business is safe and stable for years to come. Contact us today by visiting our website or giving us a call.
You haven't had good chicken until you've had Super Chicks. Super Chicks is made with 0 preservatives, 0 phosphates, and 0 dyes. There are many sauce options and a fresh new frozen custard every week. Everything is made 100% cooked to order, so it's very fresh. There's also many fry options such as salt, rosemary pepper, sweet, and Cajun. And don't let me forget the loaded fries. Super Chicks is a great place for prep friends and family to connect after events. And it's so good.
The Tire Depot, with locations on Old Fannin Road in Brandon and on Terry Road in Byram, they're your neighbors and they appreciate your business. More than just a tire store, they offer alignments, brakes, tune-ups, oil changes, shocks, struts, leveling kits, and a whole lot more. They are family owned and operated. All of their techs have 20 years or more of experience. The Tire Depot, owned and operated by a Jackson Prep family. Welcome back to Prep Talk. You know, there's big games and there's big games. And of course, Jackson Prep's been in a lot of those big games. This weekend is no different. Although a lot of folks really didn't pencil Jackson Prep to be in this ball game at the beginning of the season. There's so much preparation that goes on the coaching staff. Also with the school, with the students themselves, the ones that are in the band, the ones that are playing the game. I mean, there's so much that goes into it. A lot of people don't realize now how much effort, work, sweat goes into preparing for a football game, especially one like a championship game. Well, we thought we'd let you take a look at it this week on Prep Talk on what makes up championship week.
Today I'm here with 2 Pacer members. I'm Alexis Renee Heath.
And I'm Candace Holman.
So y'all have had a lot of prep rides this year. What are y'all doing different for this one?
We're doing a new dance, which is exciting.
We're going to do a march out to go with the theme, patriotic, so yeah. Tell me about y'all's new dance.
It should be really cool and it'll be good.
It's exciting. We've got a lot of different movements and things in there, so it should be fun. How is this week different from other games, and are y'all going to the bonfire on Wednesday? We are going to the bonfire. All of the Pacers will be there, and I think this week's kind of different just because it's our last one, and there's so much riding on it, and we're all really excited for it. Are y'all doing anything with the MRA dance team?
We're not.
We're not.
No.
Are y'all going to have more practices to prepare for the new dance?
Yes.
We
will have a practice Thursday morning and Thursday afternoon, plus our other ones.
All of our regular practices too.
Yes.
Are y'all doing anything special for the football players? We decorate their lockers every week, and we may put some like candy and extra decorate their lockers. But yeah.
Yes.
And are y'all excited for the game? We are so excited. We can't wait. All right, thank you.
Today I'm here with two varsity cheerleaders.
Sammy Zug.
Percy Oliver.
Y'all have had a lot of pep rallies this year, but what are y'all doing different for the last one in the championship game?
So we're going to do a mini dance, which we've only done for the big pep rallies and obviously for championship. We want to bring out all the stops. I think some of the decorations we're hoping are going to be some fun spotlights, and we're going to try to just deck the gym out in as much stuff as we can, and Patriot Pac's going to do some fun student involvement things. So yeah.
Can't say it yet.
That's
What's different than the other pep rallies? Like, are y'all doing anything outside of just doing a pep rally?
We're doing the Spirit Bonfire this Wednesday.
Yeah, it's just going to be a fun pre-pep
cold,
rally.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Are y'all doing a new dance this week or one y'all have already done?
So we're actually doing My Dance this week. It's been a while since we've done it, so hopefully it'll appear new, but we'll make sure to make it real good and entertaining.
It's really cool.
Yes.
Are y'all having a social gathering with the MRA cheerleaders?
No.
Why is that?
We don't do that.
We're not really close with any of them this year, so.
Are y'all practices going to be longer, or like, are y'all going to have more practices to prepare?
Probably.
Yeah, we'll definitely have some longer practices and do some more reps.
We're also learning a new mini dance, so we're going to have to learn formations for that and the motions.
And are y'all doing anything special for the football players?
We are decorating their rooms, the senior football players' rooms.
We're going to go to the senior football players' houses and deck out their rooms. And yeah.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Today I'm here with Thomas Turner. It's championship week. What are y'all doing to prepare for the pep rally?
Thursday night pep rally setup. It's going to be a lot of practice and a lot of choreography for this specific thing that we have planned on Friday morning.
Are y'all doing anything fun at the pep rally?
Oh yeah. In my opinion, this will be the greatest pep rally Prep has ever Prep has ever held.
Can you tell us what it is that y'all are doing?
Nope, it's a secret. Just be there or be a square.
Are y'all doing anything special at the game?
Not sure about that yet. I'm sure when we win that we will, actually, can't do that. Fingers crossed, guys, just kidding. Knock on wood. That's sheetrock. This is plastic. It's okay. We do not know the outcome of the game yet, but whatever it may be, the Patriot Pack will be there to support 24/7, 365, and especially at this game. So be ready to hear us get loud and get loud with us.
What's the theme for the game?
The game theme will be ski. So everybody wear ski goggles, beanies, puffy jackets, something warm. It'll be a cold one.
And what is the theme for the pep rally?
The pep rally theme is Final Countdown. So everybody wear their wrestling gear or their boxing gear and get ready to fight and show them who the real Patriots are.
And how excited are you for this game?
I am so excited. Out of 10, I would say I'm a 10.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Today I'm here with senior linebacker Duncan Matthews. Duncan, tell me about last week's game against Hartfield and what it meant to you and your team as a whole.
Last week's game was really fun. It was a really close ball game, so it was a really big adrenaline rush going. We were able to get the job done in the second half. It was really a game of defenses, which put a lot of pressure on the backs on the defensive side of the ball, which was really fun for us. And that's what we had been planning on the whole entire week. So just us being able to go out there Friday night and win that ball game and move on to state championship was awesome.
Are y'all doing anything different to try and beat MRA?
You know, we're changing a few things up on defense, and some new coverages and stuff like that, but really it's just about us going out there and playing our best ball game, because last time we played them, we had a lot of penalties that really killed the game for us, and which caused us to lose, but we're not making any excuses. We should have won that ball game. We should have known that, but we're going to go out there and be able to play clean and be able to do our job and do the little things the right way to be able to come out and win the ball game.
Are the players that are hurt going to affect the starting lineup?
Most of the guys hurt, yeah, they had a big role, but we have a lot of different guys that are able to step up for us. A lot of younger guys this year have had to step up for us, and that's just allowed us to be able to all fit together and put all the pieces together, be able to go out there and still win the games we're supposed to win. So those injuries do hurt us, but at the same time, we have guys that step up to be able to fill that role.
Are y'all's practices longer and harder in order to prepare?
You know, honestly, this week I think we're more focused than we have ever been because we know the main goal is to be able to win the state championship, and that's what the season rides on at the end of it. So this week of practice, we're definitely going to need to be the most focused and ready to play than we have ever been, and we all know that coming from our standpoint as a player. And the coaches are also doing a really good job of getting us ready to play and just being able to go out there and do the little things right.
It's been 2 years since going and playing in a larger stadium. What difference does it make playing there than playing at Prep?
You know, there's definitely going to be a lot more people there. It's going to be an adjustment for our kickers as well because the goalposts are in tighter, so they're going to have to be able to make those kicks. But overall, for the atmosphere standpoint, you know, we just got to do our thing we've been doing all year, and that's win a ball game. And we're not going to be really worried about the outside world whenever we're on that field, but just being able to go out there and play football and do our job is the main thing for us. So we don't really care about the outside atmosphere, but also at the same time, it's going to be fun and it's going to be awesome when you look back at it at the end. So.
How excited are you to be back in the championship?
It's really exciting because this is what we've been working for all year. You know, from the morning workouts at 6 a.m. to the summer workouts, all throughout the summer. So we've been preparing for this one goal for about 5 or 6 months now, and just us being able to get this opportunity to be able to do this is really big for us. Now all we got to do is finish.
And will we win?
Yes, we will.
Today I'm here with the varsity drum band captain.
Hi, I'm Will Dungy.
Will, are y'all doing anything different for the pep rally this week?
Yeah, we always switch it up. We do some different cadences, and this week I think we have a very hype lineup because we got to get the crowd engaged, get them ready for the game.
How are y'all going to get the students ready for the game and get everyone excited?
So usually we try our best because we are kind of the part of the hype squad. So we gotta find cadences that would definitely like get them engaged, get them excited for the game, and rally them up.
Are y'all doing anything different for the game, or y'all doing the same show y'all been doing?
We have the same show, of course, tweaking it a little bit, making it better and better.
Are y'all performing during halftime or before the game?
That's still to be determined, but I want to perform before the game so that we get to watch the Pacers cheer. And, of course, I think MRA's got to perform during halftime as well. So pregame would be most ideal for us.
And are y'all nervous to perform in such a larger stadium?
Yeah, we're nervous, but it's nothing we haven't done before. We'll adapt to wherever we are. So.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Chuck Smith here from Smith Brothers Body Shop. Smith Brothers has been proudly serving the Jackson metro area since 1946. We consider you to be our friend to ensure the best experience possible. If you've chosen a body shop in the past because they were right around the corner and had a bad experience, or you've been treated poorly elsewhere, come see what a difference quality service can make at Smith Brothers Body Shop. Call us at 601-353-5217. At Smith Brothers, you're more than a number. Smith Brothers Body Shop, the best from us to you.
Visit your local Dunkin' at 403 Riverwind Drive in Pearl.
Hello, I'm Jason Womack with Womack Auto Sales in downtown Brandon.
We've been here for 25 years serving the community, and we plan on being here for another 25 years.
Came to Womack in Brandon. I was looking for a Tahoe. Walked in, the folks were good to me. Hey, look how I ended up leaving. New Tahoe.
Womack's Auto Sales helped me finance the truck of my dreams.
Come out and take a look at our new facility and meet our staff.
Take exit 56 to downtown Brandon. And remember, at Womack's, your job is your credit.
Malone is a company in motion, delivering award-winning roofing, metal walls, and maintenance. With the use of Suprema products like Alsan liquid flashings, Alsan coating products, and more, Malone continues to prove there is nothing we can't accomplish. Protecting people and what matters to you.
Welcome back to Prep Talk. You know, we've talked a lot, and the kids at JPTV have just done an outstanding job of showing different aspects of things here around Jackson Prep. They've never really talked much about what happens on Friday night in the broadcast booth. It doesn't just, we don't flip the switch on and it comes on. Bobby Gross and his team do a lot of pregame before we get to the pregame. So we thought we'd show you tonight what exactly goes on before the camera goes on.
I'm here with the executive producer for Jackson Prep broadcast program, Bobby Gross. Bobby, how long have you been doing the Jackson Prep broadcast program?
All in part, total of 17 years now.
That is awesome. How long have you been doing broadcast?
21. I worked at another school for 4 years prior to here and ran their broadcast program there, and then came here in 2006.
What school was that?
Jeff Davis High School in Montgomery, Alabama.
Awesome. I'm here with Russ Robinson, voice of the Jackson Prep Patriots. How long have you been in the broadcast program at Prep?
Doesn't seem like it, but Percy, I've been doing this for Jackson Prep for 20 years now. This is my 20th year at Prep.
How long total have you been in the broadcast program, not including Prep?
Oh, goodness. 36 years. I knew pretty early that I wasn't going to be able to become a professional ball player or anything. So I thought, well, I'll just call it and see how that goes. And it was over 5,000 games ago, so it's worked out pretty well for me.
I'm here with a senior from Jackson Prep, Ryan Groby. Ryan, how long have you been doing the broadcast program at Jackson Prep?
I've been doing it 5 years since 8th grade.
8th grade, awesome. What's your role on the broadcast program?
The title is executive producer, but I coordinate all the different sports and make sure they're covered as best we can. I'll make sure that we've got personnel in different places. And then on a lot of the games, varsity football is one of those. I'm actually the producer on site. So I'm the one that makes sure everything gets set up, and I actually produce the game while it's going on the live broadcast.
So my role is play-by-play, and there's a lot of people that misunderstand that. Normally you have a play-by-play and you have a color analyst and you have a statistician. Statistician, we all know, takes the numbers and what's going on. The color analyst explains why a play worked or it didn't work. My job is to paint a picture of what the play is as it's happening. So as soon as Owen runs the football and as soon as he's tackled, for all practical purposes, my job is done, and the color analyst comes in and says, well, he got 22 yards off the right side, and so he explains how it happens. So you just have a lot of people sometimes that they're color analysts, they want to be a play-by-play person, and so they try to be both, but at Prep, my job is play-by-play.
For varsity football, I film. I'm the close-up shot. So I just stay on the quarterback and follow the ball. And then I also produce like girls soccer. And then if Bobby's away, I'll produce like basketball and stuff like that.
Do you enjoy this?
I do. It's a lot of fun. As with the other 18 people on our crew over the course of the year, we don't do it for the money. We do it for the fun. It's a lot of fun to follow each of the sports, interact with the students, interact with the coaches, and ultimately interact with the parents, because we have parents and grandparents and family and friends that come up and they watch us on a routine basis, and it's always nice to get to know those people.
I've called college and pro and high school and junior college, and I just like what I do. I'm kind of an artist. My mother was a professional artist. I'm an artist with words, and so I've got to make it very understandable for everybody that's listening. You know, now that we can watch, you know, my job's kind of changed a little bit. I can't make any mistakes now because everybody can see the game. But yeah, I think it's probably a job that I look forward to on the weekend. And when you get into championship games like we have this weekend, I really get into it. I just really pull for prep on a game like this.
Take us through a week of preparation for the games and the pep rallies.
Well, the week of preparation for a ball game, for instance, the championship game this weekend actually started on Saturday. We start getting graphics ready. We start lining up all the different pre-shows, because you've got Prep Talk and then you've got the pre-game show lineup and all the stuff that happens before. And then we start figuring out what equipment we have to carry based on where we're going. If we're going on a visiting site, do we need to take a tent? Are we going to be in the stands? And we kind of have to prepare for all that. And then ultimately, after the pep rally on Friday, when we broadcast that, we start packing up and loading up. And if it's an away game, we'll hit the road as early as 12 o'clock. We get to games before anybody else does for the most part. Usually we're at the stadium no later than 2 o'clock or so, because it takes a while to get set up. And even though the game starts at 7, we go on the air at 6 o'clock. So we have to allow for that extra time, because it takes 3 to 4 hours sometimes to get everything set up and ready to go.
I'm not involved in the pep rally so much, but the game itself, you know, I need to know what the other team does, and I'll talk to some people, some of their coaches, and I'll watch a little film sometimes on what they do. For us, I'll talk to our coaches, and especially Coach Goodwin. You know, we'll talk a little bit, and then you gather all that up and you do a pregame show. And of course, the pregame show is designed to tell everybody what everybody's doing, and then you go and kick the ball off, and that's when they throw the finger at me and say, "Okay, go." I have to talk for about 3.5 hours, and I have to explain what's going on, and you know, it's a challenging job, but it's a good job.
Talk to me a little bit about the equipment y'all use.
We are blessed with a lot of equipment. We'll have, for a regular home game, we'll be running 6 different cameras from different angles, whether, you know, sometimes we'll have somebody on the field. We always have at least 2 cameras on top of the press box. We have a camera in the press box to record when they do the pregame show and they come to Russ and Kevin in the press box. We have to set that camera up. We'll do a wide shot to kind of give it a different look when we come back from commercial. And then everything kind of connects back to the computer that actually does the stream. You know, we'll have 3 or 4 different headsets plugged in for audio for the play-by-play guy, the color guy, the stats guy, and all the cabling associated. It's a lot that goes on, and I've always said I wish I got paid by the foot of cable I rolled, because we roll a lot of cable, because there's all kinds of stuff happening on game day.
Awesome. What sports are you involved in with the Jackson Prep broadcast?
I do. Primarily, I am the producer for football, basketball, which is junior varsity and varsity, or junior high and varsity, and then I do baseball. I'm the primary producer for those 3. I help with the crews with the 2 different, the boys and girls soccer teams. Luckily, we've got people that handle softball and volleyball, but when the need comes, if we need to sub out or something, I'll step in. But typically, I'm football, basketball, and baseball.
Well, of course, football, and I also do girls basketball and boys varsity basketball, and I also do baseball. I have been known to do an 8th and a 9th grade game when they asked me to. I was at the soccer state championship this year, but I didn't call it. That's good because I don't call soccer at all. But those 4 main sports are the ones that I do for Jackson Prep.
Which sport do you enjoy the most?
It depends. Usually by the time football's over with, I'm ready for it to be over with. Basketball is a lot of fun because it's a higher pace game and the game churns a lot quicker than, say, football does. You know, basketball, you can have a 15-point swing in the matter of a minute and it totally changes the game. And I enjoy watching the game as much as I do actually producing the game. So being on the broadcast team puts you in that first row and you're heavily involved in what's going on in the game.
All right, thank you so much, Bobby.
Sure, I enjoyed it.
At Community Bank, we're always by your side. From keeping your money secured to making payments a breeze.
Hey, do you have a medium in the pantry? Right here. It's $24. Enjoy the show.
And giving you peace of mind when you need it most. So you can get back to enjoying the show. Community Bank, a bank like no other.
16 speakers, 272 horsepower.
Visit Eric Stallworth at Acura of Jackson, 828 Adcock Street, Ridgeland, Mississippi, 601-978-2228.
Ferguson and Associates Architecture is a new generation architectural firm that combines state-of-the-art ideas and solutions with years of experience managing demanding projects. As a full-service architecture firm, Ferguson and Associates provides a complete range of architectural services. They plan, design, and manage the build. From creative concept to ribbon cutting, they're there to ensure your success. Visit their website at fergusonarchitecture.net for more information or contact them directly at 601-607-7933.
Rainey's Carpet Care is a locally owned and operated business that's been providing quality service to Central Mississippi since 1986. They offer 24-hour emergency water damage services, mold and mildew treatment, carpet care, pet odor removal, air duct cleaning, tile and grout cleaning, Oriental rug cleaning, carpet stretching and repair, upholstery cleaning. They offer it all. Visit them online at raineyscarpetcare.com or call today at 601-956-1515.
Welcome back to the show. These ball games are so special, and they're so special to the players, especially the guys that have been in them before or have had to stand there and watch Jackson Prep actually lose a championship game. It's tough pulling on the emotional strings both ways. Tonight, we thought we'd let you hear from some of the players that have actually been in and around a championship game here on Prep Talk. Back in a moment.
Well, you know, it's kind of emotional. You know, it's my last ever game, probably ever, in a football uniform, you know, playing football. And it's going to be, you know, everybody's going to give it their all, you know, on both sides. So the thing is with that, I'm obviously going to do as hard as I can, but I have to keep my emotions controlled. I can't get too excited because I just got to play my game, and I don't want to, you know, force anything or do anything that I shouldn't just because of the situation that we're in. Well, for me personally, it's, you know, it's worth it. Once you get to Friday and once you get under the Friday night lights, you know, it's worth it. Every moment you get on the field, it's just all worth it to me. You know, practice during the week might not be the most fun thing. Waking up early in the morning might not be the most fun thing, but it's all worth it whenever you get to that Friday. And whenever you're sitting there on Friday, you're like, wow, I'm so happy I did this. It's just exciting, you know, having all the fans there and, you know, having people that care for you and want you to do well. Just watching you, you know, it gives you motivation to do good, and it just makes it a lot more fun. Well, one, getting to be with all your friends, you know, that's also part of it. You know, it's awesome being with your friends almost every day, you know, getting to do it with them. You're all going through it together, all going through the hard workouts and all the hard practices. And then when you get to Friday, you're doing it with them too. So it's just a lot of fun whenever you're with a good group of guys and a lot of coaches that actually care for you. And so getting to play, you know, it's almost rewarding for being on a Friday night and being out there having fun for all the work that you've put in.
I took a break last year
playing football and, you know, just watching from the stands and all that, I'm like, every game, I was like, I should be on that field. I should be playing. And it was a big regret not playing, and I may have lost some experience, but I was like, I'm going to play next year. And all the football players wanted me back on the team, and, you know, I never really got that want from other people on other teams. No one really was like, oh, you can play, but all the players wanted me to play and said that you would make a difference if you played. So I decided to play, and it really is the best sports family I've been a part of, because it's just, you grow so much together, and you have to go through all the trials through those years and through that season with the coaches, and you're just in it together, and you have to learn how to accustom to be with those people and learn to play with them, learn their strengths and their differences, and how to build off of them. It builds a lot of character, and it's one of the most fun things when you're under those lights on Fridays and getting to play, and just you don't have another thought in the world. You're just having fun the whole time, and it's a feeling unmatched. 6 months is a long time of just doing one sport every day after school. I've been telling a lot of people, they're like, what are you up to? And I just tell them I'm in a routine of weights, school, football, weights, school, football, and it gets repetitive. But that's also why we grow so much as a team and get so much better as the year goes on. It's because we do the same things day in and day out, learn our job, and do it right. And you know, we're not the most talented and gifted team. We don't have the best athletes ever, but you know, all of us are doing our job right now, and that's why we're so put together well. That's what we emphasize on. Coach Brewer and Coach Goodwin and all of them, just do your job. You know, Coach Goodwin told us this analogy earlier. He said, if you're shopping, always put the shopping cart back in the place that it's supposed to go, just because that's what you're supposed to do. And don't leave out the things you're not supposed to do. And so, you know, that's just what we've kind of gone by, is doing what we're supposed to do. And it's got us to this point, and, you know, winning state championships is what we're supposed to do. So that's what we're going to do.
Yeah, I think it's been consistent. You know, we try to approach every game like it's the, you know, most important thing going on that week. And we try to approach every opponent in a consistent manner. So, you know, I think, you know, the same things win these games that win all the other games. You gotta block people, you gotta tackle, you gotta execute, and you know, that's what I tell them at practice is the same thing wins these games as wins all the others. So you just got to keep your mind on your job and do your job and do it well. I think the players have been hungry for, you know, to get back on the winning side of things, and fortunately for us, things went well from the start. Everybody bought into what we wanted to do and the way we wanted to do it, and I think it's a credit to the players and the coaches that they did, and it's worked out well for us. A couple of places I've been to had, you know, great traditions and been to the championship game before, one in particular, two other schools where they had never been before. So, you know, it's a little bit more of expected here, I think, than at some other places. But I think the joy on the people's faces when we won the game Friday night was very similar to the joy I've experienced from other guys at other places. So, you know, everybody loves to win. Everybody wants to go to the championship game.
You know, last year I took football off to be able to focus on baseball. And coming into the summer, I realized that how much I missed it. And all the coaches were letting me know how big of a part I would play in this team. And going throughout the season so far, it's been really fun. It's been some of the best memories that I've made for a lifetime, really. And the things that you get out of a football season, you don't get anything else. And so with this team this year, we're playing the state championship against MRA. And I really think that we can win this game if we play our best game on both sides of the ball. And just us being able to do the small things and the little things right is going to be the biggest thing for us to be able to win the state championship. You know, football's different from a lot of different sports. It takes a lot and lots of hard work, and you have to prepare the most for football because there's little things you have to get right. You have to get all the plays on offense. You have to get the different plays on defense. And you have to know what you're doing on every single play at every time. And the things that the coaches tell us to do is you have to be able to play without thinking. And all the preparation and all the summer workouts and all the early morning workouts at 6 a.m., that's what makes us better. And that's the thing I like about football, is that you have to actually put 100% of your effort into it. And if you don't, you'll get left behind. So that's the thing that you have to focus on, is being able to put forth that effort and being able to know, hey, if I want to be a big role in this team, I have to show these coaches and this team what I'm really about and able to do on my part of this team. And being a leader and a senior at the same time is also another thing that you have to take on. And that's a role that I've wanted to fulfill for this team, and I feel like I have. And it's just been a really good mind-setting thing for me to get my head around. With football, there's a different type of adrenaline rush when it comes to the different games that you play, and that's something that you look forward to. And knowing that the main goal is to win a state championship, and whether it's me or it's another guy on our team or another one of our seniors, is that if we want to reach that goal, we all have to come together. And if we want to be able to reach that goal, we have to all do our little things right and our things individually right to where we're able to be able to self-task ourselves to be able to do it. And that's our mindset. That's been our mindset all year, is to win a state championship, because we haven't done that in 4 years, and we know that. So why football? Football is the sport of the nation, literally the nation. And it takes the most work out of any sport. It is the most physical sport out of any sport. And football, you can hit somebody as hard as you want and not get in trouble. So that's what Coach Brewer tells us all the time. So you can use as much aggression as you want to in the sport of football and not get in trouble. So those are the things that make football special. Knowing that you'll have brothers for life once it's over, knowing that you'll be able to go back and look back at all these memories and see the little things and what it took to be able to win a state championship, and knowing what you could have done to be able to win a state championship if you don't win it.
Jackson Healthcare for Women is Mississippi's premier provider of comprehensive OB/GYN care with extensive experience in the latest surgical techniques and services for women, including Cool Sculpting, Mona Lisa Touch, Ideal Protein, robotic surgery, pelvic floor dysfunction, and more. Our award-winning physicians are accepting new patients and are eager to care for you. Same-day appointments are available. Call us at 601-936-9190 or visit our website to learn more. Jackson Healthcare for Women, inspired by you.
Slava's Grill, open weekdays from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. and on Saturdays from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. And make sure to check out the lunch menu.
Signmark, your #1 hometown retailer for custom stamps, signs, and marketing products. We're growing and we want to take you, our loyal customers, with us. Whether you have an event, starting a new business, or wish to expand your existing business, Signmark is committed to helping you meet your design and marketing needs. Come see the friendly staff at Signmark at Pearson Road in Pearl and make your mark in the business world. Signmark, online at signmark.us or by phone at 601-932-6699.
Hard to believe, but that's going to put a wrap on this last edition of Prep Talk for Football. It's just hard to believe it's not August out there and it's not hot and we don't really know where we're going with this football team. But a lot of questions have been answered over this year, and boy, have the Patriots come up big in some very big ball games. Last week is just a prime example of that. It's hard enough to beat a team during the year, but when you beat a team twice during that year, you've really done something. And that's something that we're going to have to do tonight, and that is defeat MRA on Saturday night. I want to make sure that everybody knows that it's Saturday night at Mississippi College, not Friday night. Don't know how the schedule worked out that way, but it did. maybe a lot more people can come on Saturday night. It is going to be coolish out there, so you'll want to dress accordingly. But it's a game that we've not been in for a couple years, and it's time for Prep not only to be in it, it's time for Prep to win it. Big thanks to Peter Downing for producing today's show. Had a little help from Ryan Groby along the way, and of course, all the JPTV kids just do an outstanding job. And so now, let's go out and win Saturday night.